I'm Mandy.
I'm Brian, and this is Millie.
Millie was born 5 weeks premature. We had planned to have a natural birth with Millie, but whenever we were in labor with her, her heart rate kept dropping too low for us to continue on with a natural birth. So we ended up having a crash C-section with her, and whenever she was born, we realized that the umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck multiple times, and then around her stomach and around her ankle. And so it was kind of a miracle how she made it when she was born. But she was generally a pretty content baby when she was really little. She would sleep all the time, and she didn't cry too much. But then around 1 month, I started seeing drastic changes in her. She was just fussy all the time. She would cry for more than an hour sometimes. It was just really difficult all of a sudden, and I felt like something was wrong. She would just seem like she was in pain. I just kind of instinctively felt like maybe she was hurting, and so we started noticing things like she would arch her back a lot, which we thought was really cute at first. We would take pictures of her arching her back. And then we realized that she was crying as she was arching her back, and so we texted a friend who has had a lot of food allergies with her son, because I kind of felt like maybe Millie was experiencing allergies. And this friend suggested she thought Millie might have silent reflux. So we went to the pediatrician, and the pediatrician confirmed that she did have silent reflux. So it was really hard to diagnose that she had reflux, because reflux is typically something you can tell that a baby has because they're spitting up a lot. But with Millie, she was swallowing her reflux, and so we couldn't tell at first that it was like soured and that she wasn't able to digest that. So when we came in to Dr. Betts off of her recommendation, we really came in because when we had seen the pediatrician, he said she would need to be on medication until she was 6 months. So we had her on the medication at first, and I just felt like it was helping a lot, but it wasn't necessarily making anything better. And we were nervous about chiropractic because I think the vision in my head was of, a cracking of the neck and cracking the back, and it just seemed like something that was kind of scary because it was for a baby, and I'd only ever seen adult chiropractic care, and so he really assured us that it was going to be really gentle, and then it was something that we weren't afraid of anymore. We had done a lot of research before we met with Dr. Betts about chiropractic care, and I think I was nervous that he was going to be someone that I couldn't really relate to, with chiropractic care being an alternative care. And he was just really normal, really kind, something that I felt like we could be friends with, and he really felt reassured. He taught us a lot of things about chiropractic and kind of confirmed a lot of our research. When you're doing research on your own, you've never seen how something works or heard much about it. It really helps when somebody's able to kind of talk you through that. Yeah. And when we met with him, he didn't necessarily tell us this is your only option, this is the only thing you can do. He really encouraged us to continue to do research.
So after we started going to see Dr. Betts, we saw a lot of improvements. Millie started sleeping a lot better. She was generally more happy, happy baby. We really saw her silent reflux became her actually being able to reduce spit up, which she hadn't done before, which wasn't bad. We felt like a great sign. There was progress being made. And so it's really benefited us a lot, I would say.
I mean, we used to talk about reflux a lot. It was just sort of this term we started using a lot. It was part of our weekly, daily conversation, and now we almost never talk about it.
Yeah.
The doctor that we had seen, the pediatrician, said that she would need to be on medication for a while until she was 6 months old, and she completely stopped needing any medication for her reflux at 3.5, 4 months. So, I mean, and that's what I didn't want. I didn't want her to have to be on medication for that long. Being such a young baby, I just felt like I didn't want to give her medicine for so
So yeah, we would definitely recommend Dr. Betts to anyone that is having similar issues. We really enjoyed our experience with him, just being so kind and curious to explain his perspective on the issues and what it could be. And we really feel like he was able to isolate the issues, and we saw some huge gains, huge improvements in a very short period of time. It's been a great investment for our family, and we would definitely always recommend it to anyone dealing with similar issues as well.